We're back on the Mana Symbol channel playing a little bit of this Urza control deck from Davinci MTG. So we've got Urian, Sky Nomad actually in this 80 card list that I've registered instead of my Urian list that I played yesterday for no particular reason. But this one, compared to a lot of the other Urza decks, we're not playing any Ingenious Smith, and we are playing Solitude in a much higher number of counterspells and 4 Teferi Time Ravelers. So just like a very controlling Urza Blade kind of list. Esper Sentinel still does good work in these decks and is especially actually synergistic with counterspells. There's not a lot of decks that can do that, but Esper Sentinel plus counterspell is actually pretty cool because your opponent will choose to pay the tax or not on the Esper Sentinel when they play their non-creature card, and then you can counter it afterwards, which can be very relevant with Metallic Rebuke, since that is a mana leak style effect where if they are short on mana, they won't be able to prevent it. We've got a small number of cards we can tutor with Stoneforge Mystic, the very, very powerful, very sharp knife that is Kaldra Compleat. Then we've got Nettlecyst, and we've got the Sword of Meek that combos with our one Thopter Foundry. Seems like a low number of Thopter Foundries in the deck, but we've got 3 Whir of Invention, so hopefully that gets us where we need to go as we, cruise along here. Then we've got Portable Hole for interaction, as well as a bunch of one-of cards that we can grab with the Urza Saga, Aether Spellbomb, Shadowspear, Soulguide Lantern, and Springleaf Drum. So none of the artifact mid-rangey stuff is like as good or as dialed up as is my preference, but it's definitely going to be a bit of a ride here. So yeah, let's just go take it in, see how she goes. Found our first opponent, Gaucho. His hand is not good enough. His hand is not good enough. Version of the deck's actually up on lands, so that's a little discouraging. Opponent mulled to 6 and then kept. We got a 5 here that's like semi-keepable, so we'll ship a Teferi and an Urza. Hopefully we hit a land in their first couple turns, and then we'll be a-okay. We're not going to be okay. Nothing's ever going to be okay ever again. It could have been if they had, hey there, Octopodes. It could have been okay if they had led on a expedition map or something like that, but this is definitely looking a bit sketch. We do have Spreading Seas in the sideboard, so that ought to be exciting for whatever variety of Tron this is. Oh my. Well then. Huh. So they're not super likely to have turn 3 Tron, but I'm going to respect it. My other option this turn is play Esper Sentinel and Portable Hole to remove this Simic Signet. Okay, it looks like they're not going to have it. Sakura Tribe Elder. That's a mood. Yeah, I guess. So Teferi against the deck with blue cards in it seems good here. Yikes. Not exactly what I was looking to draw. Just the Signet, good. Okay, that's much better though. Throw it in the hole. Bloop. We getting them. We getting them. Oh, they hit Tron. Tron with nothing, though. No payoff. I don't have a main deck needle to call out some of their biggins, which is not my favorite place to be, but I guess Aether Spellbomb might be okay. Or Springleaf Drum. What does Springleaf let me cast here? Stoneforge for Nettlecyst. Which is not super powerful. But I think it's maybe the right way to go since I'm getting Stone Rain this turn. I don't have another land. Okay, and maybe I'd rather play Esper Sentinel. Yeah, I guess so. I just I'm not a fan of Kaldra Compleat. It just like always goes poorly for me. But yeah, you're probably right. All right, let's mark. They don't have a Walking Ballista. They don't have anything. All right, well, guess it's time to Stoneblade him to death. So we drop in the Kaldra. Just put him dead in 2. Oh, I can kill them this turn if they don't have. Yeah, let's put him dead, I guess. So if I... Okay, good. If I played the Portable Hole, it means that... we had lethal this way, too. The one card I was worried about was like Warping Whale, but if we play out the Portable Hole, then they can Warping Whale either my Esper Sentinel or my Stone... Oh, no, they just put in a token block. So that would... Oh, they can't Warping Whale. What am I doing? I'm not used to playing an Urza list that has Teferi Time Raveler. All right, I think I want that. I think I want this. Not particularly want Prismatic Ending in that the portable holes are probably good enough. I'll even cut the one in the main deck, and we probably want the extra Force of Negation. Shadowspear seems unnecessary. Soulguide Lantern seems unnecessary. Damping Sphere, thank you. So do we just go combo out here? I think that makes sense. Combo out, and then we'll cut a Stoneforge. I don't love the Solitudes either, but like sometimes they play like some big creature threats. Although a lot of the time they're like Thundering Titan, so... Oh, we're booshin'. Batica-boosh! We're booshin' in here right now. Wet Wolf. It's like a big innuendo day, huh? Should play some Moist Jund later. Probably just the Hydroid Quasis. You keep some. I kept all the Whirs. I just took out a lot of the combo cards. I still like Whir as a card in these matchups a lot of the time. Like even whirring for a Nettlecyst is pretty good. Tooth and Nail. Can I keep this? Like, it doesn't have any of the right interaction, but I've got multiple redraws. This hand could be anything. It could even be a boat, you know? No. This is not much better. But I think it's a keep. The hand could be anything. It could be a boat. Okay, they're on a mull to 6, mull to 5. All right. Oh, good. Beautiful. They keep not having a map, Vegan. They keep not having the map. I'm upsetty. I'm a big pile of upsetty. Pile, of course, the correct way to consume your upsetty. Unexpected jank? It could be. Could be. They're on turn timber. Wild. I don't even know what to say to that. Hey Bayesian, how's it going, friend? It do be Friday. Hercules Recall resolves. Oh, my land! That's brutal. Forgot about the land part. I definitely wasn't countering it, but yeah, they're on the thing. If it's an online card, you may cast it. Yeah, nah. Bill Summer. What's going on? We got Hercules Recalled is what's going on. My opponent's registered a Pioneer deck in Modern is what's going on. I don't even think it was a particularly good Pioneer deck either. Ulamog? Last card in hand, Ulamog? Well, I'm not dead. Just drawing things, baby. So let's see what we draw. So they already have blue and green, so I don't need to worry about holding the Simic Signet. Yeah. So we'll just keep the extra Solitude. I knew I wasn't the only one, Mord. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. The expensive spell lands are great with unexpected results. Fact? Steve. All right. Yeah, we can pick up Urian. It's like not great if I have to pitch, but there's also a good chance they just Steve. Sakura Tribe Elder, STE. Versus Stacy, which is Sakura Tribe Scout. It's like Darcy versus Darius. You know the nickname? Well, doesn't sound like you do, bad. Doesn't sound like you do. I know. All right. Well, I guess we're sitting. Yep. Never heard of Stacy before? it was more like people were calling it that when Titan was playing it, because they abbreviated it to STS, and it was just like, oh, it's Stacy. DRC is Darcy, and then DRS is Darius, in my opinion. But of course, Deathrite Shaman's not played in any formats really, so except for Vintage. I love Taylor Swift Spear. That is like my favorite nickname for a card. I love that. Love it so much. It it just puts such a huge smile on my face every single time. Then you just abbreviated calling her Taylor, so it sounds like really nonsensical. No, nobody knows what you're talking about. Oh, they hit it. So I think I'm rebuking this. Rebuke could counter a hard cast like Titan, but they don't actually have Tron right now, and I kind of want to just have the Force. Jonathan Swift Spear? I don't know who Jonathan Swift is, but I think I'm supposed to know the name, but I definitely do not. For what it's worth, Davinci, I really, really don't like fast lands in these decks. I much prefer the pathways. For any saga deck that's playing Urza, I would rather play the pathways a lot of the time than the fast lands. Obviously, there's like percentage points on both sides. They find another one? Or is this something else entirely? Six mana. What is 6 mana? Oh! Well then. That was unexpected. I found Tron. Yes, they did. Found Tron and redraw. If I can cast Urian, I can move the Spreading Seas and shut the Tron off. What incarnation is this? Yeah. Badagaboosh, did you take pictures of your Sakura Tribe Elders? Also, is this the JSS one? No. No, the JSS one had like a JSS logo on it. Oh, this is a secret lair. It is a pretty one. So yeah. I remembered. Land? Untap land. Good. Why isn't Siege Rhino with these elementals and ephemerate not a thing? Well, if you take out the bad card, it is. If you remove the one card there that's not really playable in Modern, you end up with something that is played. All right, so we're gonna try to YOLO the next 2 draws they have, so I can play Solitude and then Urian next turn, because I don't feel like I don't have enough stuff to pitch and play Urian this turn to move the Spreading Seas. So yeah, no problem, Agent. I just the basic mechanics of Magic Online will lose you games when you're not used to them, because you'll just click through nonsense. Why isn't Siege Rhino playable? It's just not efficient enough, I think. There's almost definitely some kind of decks that can maximize a Siege Rhino and make it kind of okay. But like, what is the deck? Because like black is generally not a very good color for 4-color ephemerate decks. Yeah, like Omnath is just infinitely better, right? So basically, I didn't have time to comment on it, but yeah. Yeah, the thing is, like, a Lightning Helix is just not good enough, right? So Urza lets me hold up the Force. Moving the Seas, though, puts them on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. But they have triple green for Turn Timber, but they don't have triple blue for Sea. Well, Seagate would be terrible. They're 1 card in hand. Well, one of those elementals you can pitch it to is Grief, which is not the best. Borderless Graves represent that good. More is just savage today. Is there any easy explanation to how to sell your chest? Yeah, take them to a bot like MTGO Traders or Goat Bots, whatever you like. Yeah, you put them in a trade binder, and then you open with one of their sell bots. They'll be referred to as a sell bot or a buy bot. And yeah, you put them in a trade binder, open that binder. Yeah. Buy bot, there you go. Or you open them for play points if you are awesome. Yeah, this is good. So we just go attack for 7. Siege fucks up Monkey DRC, Hammerless, Hammer Time, Burn. Not everyone's spending for. Yeah, but it's bad if it's bad against 4-color, and it's bad against Control, and it's bad against Belcher, and it's bad against Murktide, and it's probably bad against Rhinos. Like it. It's just not there. Like, I wish it was. It would be sweet. It's just not the world we live in. You can play Siege Rhino in Modern, and you can not lose. But on averages, you're going to. There's a large number of decks that are not very good, but are playable, and Siege Rhino fits in those. But if you're asking the question, like, why don't I see people playing it? It's because it doesn't win enough for people to go in on it. Because, like, what's a good example? In Vegas, a Hardened Scales deck did very well. Does that mean that Hardened Scales is really good in the meta? Probably not. It probably means they were a very good player and it's okay in the meta. I could have killed them here. But the just again, the overall point is like it you can play Siege Rhino. You can play Siege Rhino. If you really want to play Siege Rhino, you can play Siege Rhino. But don't tell yourself that you're playing it because it's great, or because, and don't say, like, tell yourself that, like, anytime, even if it does win you a game, it doesn't mean it's, like, the correct choice. How did we win that? We played counterspells and a good mid-range plan. You don't even know what happened that match? The only relevant thing they did was they played an Ulamog, which exiled one of my lands and something else, and then I Solituded it. So basically we won because Solitude and counterspells. Modern MTG Master and Z444, thanks for the follows. Ulamog's never felt so beautiful. I mean, Blue-White Control used to run Path to Exile. That just wrecked it. But yeah, Ulamog's like the fact that Solitude's a very popular card is definitely like, yeah. It turns out that Force of Swords to Plowshares is a hell of a drug. Force of Swords to Plowshares really changes a format. Go figure. But it's actually even better than that, right? Force of Swords to Plowshares suggests it's an instant or sorcery. You get a creature. I'm actually inclined to keep this in the dark. I don't think that I should, but I'm going to do it and just see what happens. theoretically we can whir for a land on turn 3 if we have to. In the dark, I just like keeping 7s, and especially when I'm in a controlling reactive deck. Like, it's not like we can mull to a particularly proactive hand. So if my opponent's on a discard deck, which they are, it's almost definitely Murktide. I think I don't like that Modern Horizons 2 is so good that it made so much before it obsolete to a point where the stuff before, like the cards from Modern Horizons 2 are in singular short supply and therefore are very expensive. That sucks. Like that whole situation is just crappy. But the way it's rebalanced the format is amazing. It wasn't even 2 years ago that white was the worst color. Yeah, now it's like pretty definitively black. You're saying they should unban Birthing Pod? I think they could. I think they could unban Birthing Pod or Twin, and it wouldn't be the end of the world. But, you know, rip black? It's not dead or anything. They can't unban Pod, screams Mord. I mean, Caleb Durwood and Spike did the experiment, and I think that they were more that it was okay to unban. They were more the opinion it was okay to unban Twin than it was to unban Pod, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. So I'm going to whir for 2 here, and if it gets countered, I resolve an Urza. Opposite? Okay, thanks, Boosh. I honestly was just not that interested in the experiment, to be perfectly honest. Unban top. With Urza Saga. Saga top sounds like a... they said Pod was less broken. Okay. Yeah, I topped in Standard. It was fun. No ban list tournaments, Vija, tend to get people trying pretty hard. All right, so I've got a whir for up to 3 here. The question is that better than just playing the Urza? Almost definitely not. Just play the Urza here. With Urza out, I could whir for 0 this turn. Not that I need to or not. They only have 2 card types, and I have an active Soul Guide Lantern, so it's not easy for them to remove Urza here. Are you saying that Caleb wasn't trying? I guess I could pick up Urian here, but that would involve tapping down my Soul Guide, which I don't want to do. I mean, I don't know that much about Caleb Durwood, but like, I just assume he's not as good of a deck builder as Spike, but I assume he's a very, very, very good player. But I don't know enough about his resume. You think the decks were put together a bit rushed? Well, it's also, it's not like they got to test in the metagame, right? Like, there was all very exploratory builds, right? Yes, I know, Davinci. I've done that many times through my time playing Modern. Don't worry. Yeah, we're gonna do it right here. I don't think my opponent knew I could do this though. Scoop. Sorry, you don't know my history with Urza. Played a lot. Thanks, Roy. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound as rude as I think I did. Have you ever put up a poll about how many dice people roll to start a game? I haven't. Yeah, I was worried about the kind of sideways thing that we were talking about. Although there was something I was thinking about today that was related to judge calls. People just don't pay attention to how things interact with damage-based removal. Maybe. I guess I don't want to whir for 0 here, but picking up Urian would require me to tap down my Soul Guide Lantern. I guess I could have fired off the Soul Guide Lantern here to prevent a Murktide, but I guess I'm just not worried about it. But I probably should be. Yeah, I probably should be. Even odd high roll. Don't at you. Got it. Main deck Blood Moon. That's a mood. Do I care? No, it's just shutting off my sagas. And they have 1 card in hand, and they realistically can't attack me? Okay. Blue Moon. Oh, I guess Blue Moon with DRC, so probably no monkeys. Oh, so we win. Got it. Whir. We cast the Whir. And we are make sword. And make... Yeah, cool. We'll actually kill them on that turn. I like 1 per player because there's no way to cheat in that situation. Usually I say 1 person rolls, the other person calls odd even with a die. It's like realistically not is it gameable? Yes. Are you realistically going to game it? Probably not. So against Blue Moon, maybe I want more Prismatic Endings, but I don't think so. Maybe I want more Forces, but I don't think so. Maybe I want Spreading Seas. Definitely not. I don't think we have any sideboard for this at all. Sure, that works really well, Badagabush, but it's also one of those things where I feel like there's a barrier of ease of explanation. Like, my favorite example of that is 2d6 even odd. It's technically completely even between even and odd on 2d6 is if you sum them. But you're trying to confuse your opponent. As a judge, I can't in good conscience say that that's a good idea. But honest, do I have a side? Thanks, KO Diamonds. Although I made several comments about the fact that I am Canadian and our Thanksgiving was a month ago. So, but my tweet today was like, all you Americans who are telling us like, oh, Thanksgiving's over now, the Christmas music and decorations are going up. It's like ours have been up in Canada in corporate stores and stuff since the 1st of November. Starbucks, it's always the Tuesday after Halloween. We don't want to be exclusive. Well, no, I wished the American super early for 2022. Am I just not sideboarding? I feel like I want 1 more Force of Negation. But like most of their threat, I think I want less Force of Negations. We'll go up on endings. I guess the big brain play would be to board in Spreading Seas so that I could give myself more blue sources under a Blood Moon. I would board the Fierce on the draw? Fierce. Force. Okay. Got it. Sand is fine. Esper Sentinel is really nice in this matchup. It's Hanukkah tomorrow. Let the latkes flow. I should make potato pancakes tomorrow then. I don't have potatoes. I do have onions, though. Maybe I can make an onion-only potato pancake. They are playing Ragavan? Well, it's a good thing I boarded in a way that deals with that, but, like, what? That's a tilt. They're playing Ragavan and Blood Moon in there. This isn't Blue Moon. It's just... This is... oh my god, Roy, that's great. It's just Blue-Red Murktide with main deck Blood Moon. Weird. A little bit weird. Happy Hanukkah. I love that. I know onions needed for latkes. I really need potato. Like that's the thing you really need. Soufgagnon? I don't know what that is. So I guess that's a question for Alex. Soufgagnon. So we got Urza in hand. I don't want Kaldra because they have an Archmage's Charm in hand, so that's just suicide. Might just be Shadowspear. Oh, I know what you're talking about, Roy. What do we call them? Punch keys. Plum punch keys, because we always use the plum jam in Blue West Village in Ukraine town. And then sometimes there would be raspberry ones. Usually it's with like a glazed sugar coating, but some places did powder. Roy, what a great poll. And Tony's emotes are so good. It's such a great character. I love that. I love that it's sorry, it's a duck that's dressed as toast? Or I guess a slice of bread? Is there a Y to that? Is there a Y that's a duck dressed as bread? I guess if a duck wants bread, then it would want to be bread, is the joke. It was a good Mitch Hedberg joke along that line once upon a time. A duck is a creature that wants bread, but it has no ability to buy a loaf. If I was working in a grocery store and a duck came in and just like took a loaf of bread and walk away, I'd let him have it. Third Ragavan. Yikes. Aren't you European, Davinci? You're a PhD candidate, right? Chukuns from Rilakuma? Oh, neat. Maybe the duck identifies as bread. That's cosplaying as a duck. You're German. Neat. So by football you mean football, not football. Ah, yes, football. Yeah, there you go. fMRI stuff. Neat. Multiple Magic playing doctors I know. Well, soon to be doctors. Doctors and soon to be doctors. You meant American football? Neat. I know it's more popular in some places than North Americans. More popular in some places in Europe than North Americans would think. So I guess we play the Seagate. Self-bolt. Play Urza. Play Shadowspear. It's a beautiful wall of emotes there, Roy. Wow, they didn't have anything? Wild. Davinci, we're having real problems with untapped white. I don't think it's actually a problem, but it's just like one of those moments where you go, you know, I saw this coming. So I know they have an Archmage's Charm in hand. We got to punch through it eventually. Is that for me, Roy? How goes things? Things are going good. We got to get together soon. Maybe early next week would be nice. So do I want to just like swell up my construct here, or do I want to grab Urian? I think swell construct makes sense. So they could Archmage's Charm it on their turn. Oh, maybe not. Oh no, they just cast the charm. What am I talking about? So theoretically, I removed the thing that I was playing around in that respect, and then... Oh, no problem, Roy. EE on 0. Woof. I've invested my mana poorly. And Relic. Interesting. I think you overboarded opponent, but I'm glad you're scared. Oh, wow. That's bold. I guess I respect that. So, if I get Blood Mooned, I just straight up can't cast this Teferi, so I guess we'll do it now. Like, if it walks into a counter, they're down to 2 cards in hand. It's like, whatever. Yeah. Another charm. Oh, Force. Okay. Good to know that that's there if we have to go to a game 3. Relic you? Okay. Nah, more Roy. They should have done it in a much more annoying moment. There were a lot of spots where they could have reliced me where it would have been more tilting. Relic you? Ah, that's the draw. Okay, we can do it all. Gross. I can, but all right. So, what would you say are the top 4 modern decks right now? Give me 1 second. I would love to answer that question. Yeah, Relic critiques are my most popular YouTube content. Relic reaction videos? Relic reaction videos. Let's make that the joke. Relic reaction videos. I think that's a funny joke. I think I'm funny, Roy. All right. Top 4 decks in Modern. So in terms of metagame representation, Hammer Time, Murktide, and then there's 2 4-color piles. There's Money Pile, which is the 60-card Kahira deck. The Shadowspear does not work. And then there's 4-color Ephemerate. I don't know, like between those 2, one of them is probably like absolute top tier. So there's like the 2 4-color decks, Murktide, Murktide, Hammer Time, and then I don't know if like for a 4th one, I don't know. If you brought in the number out, there's like definitely like about 10 like top tier decks. More what the hell are you talking about? The Shadowspear doesn't work. What do you mean? I should have put it on the Solitude and attacked with that here. But it's fine. The Shadowspear doesn't work. It's literally working right now. I don't the mono artifact. Oh, I get it. Because I tapped it. Got it. Yes. I probably would have got it if you said that it was off, but or like turned off Shadowspear Pog. Oh yeah. Yeah, right, Roy. Further proof that explaining jokes always makes them funnier. Without exception. Kind of crushing through this league. Is Solitude the most broken artifact that Urza decks can play? We could spin 2? Oh, you mean on the next turn? Yeah. Probably spin twice. Read the joke explains the joke. Solitude's a solid dude. I mean, like, we couldn't spin here. 4 dogs in a horse suit with 5 tier 1 gift subs. Just tossing those out to the community. Davinci Fetterfool, Saving Lala, Electric Bob, and Cloudy Music. Enjoy your emotes. Enjoy Classical Gas on repeat for a minute. Let's pause roundabout. It's too good of a song to waste while the sub alerts are going off. Shorian versus Shorian. If you floated the Shadowspear mana and shocked. Got it. Yeah, probably. Is this a hand I can keep? Almost definitely not. I'm probably gonna do it anyway because I'm a jerk. I've got a curve. Let's go. Yeah. The Roy emote is great. It's Roy Wiggum with a flute stuck up his nose. Opponent mulls 2/5, so probably against Tron. Mord's reaction to silver for a partisan. Mord's a very dramatic, spicy Latino, and he feels very passionately about some certain bad cards. You're acting like it's a Gray Ogre Mord. Like, that card does do stuff. It does stuff. Most people don't know what it does, but it does have an ability. You realize that, right? Like, it's not Gray Ogre. Not a goddamn Gray Ogre. Small upside, okay. Oh, they are on a companion. What did I miss? Urian. Oh, of course Urian. What did I... Anyway. It's a 2/2. Why did it have trample? Have you seen Defiant Elf? Mord, have you never seen Defiant Elf? I think that's what it's called. I think that's the name of that card. They're on 80 card rhinos, I guess. Defiant Elf? Yep. One of my favorite throwaway cards. Damn, that's bad. Is it, though? Ask yourself that question. Why would they print a 1/1 with trample? Well, again, it's not necessarily good enough for constructed formats, but it's just like conceptually, Mord, why did they print a 1-mana 1/1? I'm gonna kill my Esper Sentinel? That's probably fine, right? We just play Urza and have Counterspell? Alright. It's your pile? No. This might be Doomwake's 80 card Urinos with Knight of Autumn. He was playing that for a little while. So. Might be. That was definitely a thing he was doing for a while, so well, we'll see. It might be a lot of things, but my money's on Urinos. I don't think most people would play Knight of Autumn Ephemerate. I think they would be intimidated like me. I can play Mord decks, I just can't play them in front of Mord. It's gonna be a lot of practice if I want to do that. You made a pun about the wind, but it blows. I wouldn't worry about it. It's probably good enough. Oh, what was that, Mord? Sorry? Okay, no problem. It's right here. I think that's what you want. Honestly, I'm too lazy to have to remod you and unban you. It's funny, Roy, because off mic he definitely had some choice words about this, that, or the other. So I'm gonna try to counter this, and if they cascade afterwards or what have you, we could beat that more easily with an Urza than without. That was unexpected, but is totally acceptable. Deal. Sick play, opponent. Yeah, I'm flummoxed. Dumbfounded, if I may. I should have left up 2 lands. Having the construct up is good. But I need to keep the counterspell up. This actually might be your deck, Mort. Yeah, I feel like this is like K. If they attack, I'm just blocking with Urza. Like, it's fine. Or Carusus? Yeah, it could be. But they didn't keep the right kind of hand, like, at all. Yeah, they're attacking with it. I'm just gonna take it. It's really not a problem. Grazer resolves. You don't have lands. Yeah. Anyone think that's a 1 of Grazer? Somehow I think it's a 1 of Grazer. I'm just not attacking this turn, I think. Oh, hold on. I tried, Roy. It was important to me. Yeah, I did, Carrion. Do I want the Shadowspear and the Orion, or I just don't think it's going to matter? I just don't think it's going to matter. Living Plane is $600. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to blame Commander players. So as Davinci was pointing out, we can spin Urza. This deck does have a higher density of instants than most of these decks do, and flash creatures. So that is something to wrap your head around with this deck. I wonder if it shouldn't be playing some copies of Archmage's Charm. But that's a... because the Oko Urza decks used to do that a lot. Okay, so we're against some kind of 4-color nonsense. So we're going to bring in Spreading Seas. And I probably don't need Fawn. I'll be right back. And we'll figure this out. Okay, so I'll keep the Soul Guide. Yeah, that's fair, Davinci. I was just asking the question. That's fair. But if you're afraid of Saga mana, like... Okay, let's go without the ending. See if I get punished for it. 1 of main deck ending, probably. And I might have wanted Pithing Needle here over the Soul Guide Lantern. Alright, this is a fine opening hand. Spreading Seas on Saga is fixing. That's the big brain play there, Roy. So we saw Grazer last game. So they're not on they're not on Rhinos. So they're on like a Karusu / Mord pile. Which is kind of sweet. Okay. Alright. Rebuked your Teferi. Okay. So if I cast Spreading Seas, I can't rebuke. It's probably playing plus Teferi here, huh? I guess if they're on Fury, they could clear it. Ooh, hello Newton. Master of Legacy Elves, raiding in. How you doing, friends? Playing a little bit of Modron here. Playing a Urza control deck. And it's going really well so far. Just trying to figure out this turn. If I'm tapping down for anything, it's Teferi. If I'm tapping down for Teferi and plussing it and then losing it to a Fury, how bad is that for me? So they 2-for-1 themselves. Their Ice Fang hasn't done anything so much yet. If they Fury and play Teferi, like how annoying is that? Fairly annoying. If I play Spreading Seas now, I can draw an extra card with it next turn. Cut them off of green. Or I can cut them off of red. Cut them off of green seems pretty good. You can see if I draw a different land too. Or a 0-mana artifact. There's not too many in the deck, but okay. Let's go ahead and shock that and play the Shadowspear. Get the artifact ball rolling. Probably okay to sack the Bauble now. Playing out the Spreading Seas first means if and when I play Teferi, I will have a Spreading Seas to bounce. This is going to be... that was going to be Omnath, but alright. Knight of Autumn, my Shadowspear. Deal. Next draw is Ephemerate. Yikes. I guess I have a Solitude. It's not so bad. And a Metallic Rebuke. Oh. Well. That's no good. Mana? Lands? Oh, no. Hey, Larynx. Any fourth lands in chat? I've been doing a lot of winning with it recently, Torpor Orb. Not like this. Not the variance. I mean, we're okay. Like, they're not doing very much at the moment. I feel like we can recover fairly quickly. When, Larynx? When am I worrying for 0? Not this turn. I can already whir for... What? Hyperjomneth? Yeah, you are make resolved. Um, let's remove it before they have any mana to ephemerate it. I don't need Teferi right now. Yeah. Well, Brian Gallen, it was the style at the time. So we have everything we need to Thopter Sword combo. So let's play Stoneforge into the Sword of the Meek. Does that make sense? It doesn't. If I play Urza, I can't cast Rebuke. Don't play those cards, Davinci. For the love of God, don't play those cards. Stoneforge into sword gets the sword in my graveyard, which... Sorry, gets my sword in the graveyard at worst. And at best, sets me up to win the game. So I think this is the only play we really have available to us at this point. I'm not going to die this turn, that's for sure, so... Interestingly, if they kill the Sword of the Meek, if I play Urza, the 1/1 construct will bring the sword back, which is always funny. But in this case, it could actually be a big deal. Hope for no ending on the sword. Yeah. That is definitely something I didn't play around at all. And realistically, at this point, I don't know that I could. I think this is the best plan, just because my life total's actually under some pretty insistent attack. If they have Urian in hand, that's not good. They could have Solitude, it's not great. They could have Fury, they can't hardcast it. Oh, they also can't hardcast the Solitude. Man, taking them off the Ragran Triumph was really smart, wasn't it, Chet? Wow, sometimes my brain is just so big, you know? It's not, ever. It's big because it's inflamed. Yeah, 5-head, exactly. It's mighty tiny Mord, yeah. Eladamri's Call. Are they gonna Magus me? It would actually be pretty good here. Not the end of the idea, or not the end of the game or anything, but definitely be annoying. I should have traded my Stoneforge for the Knight of Autumn. What the hell am I doing? I don't actually need this in play at all. Outland Liberator. Fair enough. There's wolves in these woods. So if I play Urza, I don't have Rebuke. I have to put Urza out and then Whir for the Thopter Foundry as long as this is in play and they have 1 mana. I think we're okay to cast the first Urza this turn. Pretty sketchy, though. Very shields down. No way! Don't you dare. There's a Dark and Stormy Tartan Scarf. Dark and Stormy. Opponent? You, Oh, it's a 2/2. Oh, because I played the land! Whoops. I was just going to get it back, but then I didn't. Good for me. It's fine. It's totally fine. This is totally fine. It's actually still really good for me. That Sword into the Graveyard is not a great move for them. Yeah, Dark and Stormy. Usually has a little bit of lime. That's it, though. Black rum, dash of lime, and ginger beer. And as per the patent, it's supposed to be a black steel Bermuda rum. But it doesn't actually have to be. They ephemerate their Night of Autumn. I mean, kind of, right? They kill my Spreading Seas. I'm going to cast Hyper Jomnath. Jomnath into... Oh! That's cute. I mean, you're going to lose, but it was cute. Nice. Are they going to lose now, though? Not really. Urza, I don't have enough mana to Whir for the Thopter Foundry yet. Alex did. I don't know what I'm playing here. Like, Spreading Seas again on their Raglan Triumph is kind of nice, but they just still have the Ephemerate waiting. Urza Rebuke seems fine. Well, they get the Ephemerate, they kill one of the constructs, and then I can't Rebuke. So not really. I think I like Spreading Seas Rebuke. It's a little bit underwhelming, but if it draws me a land. Okay, so they're going to kill my construct. I could Solitude their Night of Autumn when they go to Ephemerate it. So fetch a land, play Urza. They go to Ephemerate, we Solitude it. I don't have the Metallic Rebuke up, but like... That's okay, Davinci. 4 cards in hand. One of them is their Urian. So then they could do that, but it only kills construct tokens, and then I untap and win. I can't play Urza and do the thing. Just Whir EOT into Urza win. No, I can't. They're gonna kill this. I don't have enough mana. That's the... So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 next turn, which is play Urza into. It's not enough. Which, like, the Night of Autumn and the Ephemerate is just borking us everywhere. Okay. I've thought about this too many times in a row. Can you just pass? I can, but then they just kill my construct and then I do nothing with my mana. I mean, I guess I can Metallic Rebuke like their next play. That's probably good enough. Yeah, but I don't want to tap down during their turn. Because then they just play the Urian and then flicker the knight and kill the Foundry that I went to fetch. We're like one short on everything right now. It's just like really tilting. That's a good sign. That's fine. So now we were for 2. Guess they could have hard cast Force of Vigor. Another Ephemerate. Oh god, and it's gonna come back again. Ah! You're so annoying, opponent. Okay, well, we can Urza with Rebuke now. Well, it's like the only reason this is happening, Mort, is because I screwed up earlier and I didn't trade with the Night of Autumn with my Stoneforge. That's what's really tilting me. Okay, so they can have their upkeep Ephemerate. It's fine. They're going to draw again. It's really interesting. Deputy of Detention Spheres. God, that's so annoying. Well, I can make them tap out here. We have 7 for next turn. Maybe they won't even tap out though. Hold on. They're not afraid. Okay. They just drew this too. Like they didn't even tutor for it. So I only have 7, so I can't do this. Well, see you, Boosh. So I guess I could bounce my Urza, replay it. It's not that good. Stoneforge? What does it get me? Just Kaldra or Nettlecyst? Neither of them are particularly good. Yeah, bouncing Urza seems way better. It's not that good, but it's better. Oh, good. Now I can put myself to 1. One, 2, yeah. Jeez, man, this game has been like just the tiniest margins. We can't do anything. Not nothing, but it's like every turn it feels like I'm 1 mana off being able to do enough. My kingdom for an astrolabe, just to increase the resources a little bit. It's my fault though. Like I walked into some really stupid spots a couple times already. It's fine, Kuki. I get it. It's a good thing they banned it so that people can happily play their Blood Moon decks now and they can be so good, right? Oh, fuck. I didn't think about, yeah. That's so much value. I'm doing good. I screwed up some spots in this game. Like we're about to get completely taken apart again. Like it's just like just letting this live was just such a huge mistake. They're grabbing Urza. Okay. Well, that gives me a chance. Unless they have another Ephemerate in hand, but we'll see. Draw with Lantern. It was tapped. I think it was tapped. Pretty sure it was tapped. Oh, but I can't. That's fine. Let's just go next game. The Lantern was tapped. I'm like 99% sure. What? Do you need to tap it to draw? Yeah. Yes? Yes. I play a lot of Urza decks, Mord. Yeah, no, I'm like very, very acutely aware of like which artifacts are tap and which ones are not. For that specific reason. Do I want endings here? Like it's so bad against Ephemerate, but exiling their creatures is good. Thinking of Relic. Yeah, probably. Relic does not require a tap. Which is kind of weird, but I like it. No, I think we're sideboarded fine. I just need to be less stupid. Alright. Let's go. First game loss. with this list. Yeah, I really, really like Emery. Do you want to link that list for me, Guto? Well, this is sketchy, but Mord would keep the shit out of this. Mord is sketchy. Mord's a little sketchy. It's your old list, but it has Emery in it, right? I didn't see Emery in your old list. I mean, you mean older than I know? You did cut Emery for Teferi by now. I think those are pretty different cards, but I guess like there's definitely an argument for cutting one for the other. Shit. They didn't give me anything. Well, Esper Sentinel better not die. He's my only hope. You hear that, little Sentinel? You're all that stands between us and destruction. It's time for me to make a turn 2 concession. Any package that exists to replace the Stoneforge one? Well, maybe, but then how are you going to find your one-of sword a proportionate number of times? Yeah, if this is finally them finding a Wrenn and 6. No, it's just a Wall of Blossoms. Okay, we're okay with that. I see it. I see it. Good lord. You can play Emery, I think, if you're playing I think if you're playing what's the name of the card? Lightning Greaves. If you play Lightning Greaves, Emery's fine. Are they considering forcing? No, they're just like AFK. Damn it. Never go with the Mord keeps. You will always be punished and lose. They're gonna have Knight of Autumn here, aren't they? I don't know, Carrion Lich. What if you're Mord? I guess go with them and then be punished and tilt. Yeah, I know what you mean, Carrion, and I agree with you. Like, I don't know why this happens so much to me. I don't like. I don't know what to tell you. I wish it didn't. I wish it didn't. I wish I didn't draw my Valakut so often in Titan Creativity. Yep. We out here. Well, I can Metallic Rebuke. Let's do that. I don't know what happens after that, but I do know that I feel like I can't tap down when they're about to go to 4 mana. But you do need to draw lands in those decks, Carrion. They don't look like lands, but they are in fact lands. Oh. Alright. What does this mean? As much as it's terrible, I kind of want to go Teferi, bounce their Ice Fang. Like, they're already ahead on cards. This is going to make Fury even worse for me if they finally find one, but... At this point, it's like, if anything goes wrong, we lose. You'd bounce RCs. It sounds like a terrible idea on this board, but I appreciate it. Because, like, and then I just immediately lose the Teferi, and Teferi blocks the B side of their Ephemerate right now. Like, it's all awful, but blocking their mana a little bit is significant. Like, they killed my Spreading Seas last game. And I don't know. This is like a pretty unsolvable board state for just like, they have 7 cards in hand, so... And we're so far behind. Like, this is fine that they had to do this now. Are they removing something that isn't Teferi? Gosh, I hope so. Yup. Alright. Alright. Shadowspear lets me have more mana if and when I get to the Urza. I know it looks a little weird to do that here, but I think it's right. If they just attack with Skyclave, I can group block it. Don't really want to do, but I might. Okay. It's going to get my Stoneforge? Oh, it's going to get my Teferi. They have to, right? Because then they get the B side of the Ephemerate. Yeah, okay. And they still have the Ice Fang they can cast. My pain is immeasurable. The Sentinel. Oh my god, what? Alright. Oh no. Alright, let's draw another Teferi or lose. Oh no, I mean, we've already lost, right? Yeah, it's over. Yeah, alright, cool. I'm just not putting myself through this. Is there technically something I could draw through that would win us that? Sure. But I'm just not going to do it to myself. You had permanents. I did. I did have some number of permanents, yes. No, I just needed to be more careful with combat in game 2. And get the Night of Autumn off the battlefield. There's no guarantee that was their only Night of Autumn. Like, it's possible they were playing more, and then, you know, 3-0 in our hearts. I mean, that doesn't mean anything. But the deck is good. This deck is definitely good. Is it good against other 4-color, or against the 4-color Urian value piles? it's okay. You need to have your counter magic run into their high value cards. That particular version my opponent was playing was like a really weird, like it was like a Kiki chord list almost. Um, so that's like more effective against this maybe than some of the 4-color ephemerate decks might be, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, finally on the draw. Good hand though. Omelet. Okay. Oh, I should have. Well, I could do it this way. Whir. How good is this in the main deck against Titan? Not very, right? Not very. Unless I'm going to combo. Sorry, lose to what because of the combo? Do you mean thought? I'm sorry. I totally I'm lost on what you're talking about. Saw canister lose to it because of the combo. Which is it and what's the combo? And one of their cards in hand is the Karoo. So if they have the Karoo, they have 6 mana now. 4-color Urian. Okay. Even without Urza in, I don't know. I'm still totally lost. Even without Urza in it, he what he lost a Thopter sword. I no, I'm totally lost. Totally lost. Well, they can't cavern a Titan this turn, Carrion Lich. That's not possible. They could Garen Brig or well, the Karoo means they could Titan this turn, but they can't cavern a Titan this turn. So the question is if I should Solitude their Dryad this turn or not. Means giving up my Stoneforge. Or I can grab Urian next turn to Solitude it. It's possible they need a Grazer. Sure, yeah. So their hand would be the Karoo, Grazer, Cavern, and then Titan off the top, or any number of those 4. Canister lost with 4-color Urian to a Thopter combo deck, even though they didn't have Urza. Got it. Yeah. Now I understand. Okay. So this turn hold up counterspell. Next turn, well, killing the Dryad next turn is less relevant. Yeah, I can't play the Stoneforge here. At least you're not a homunculus, Jiggy. Then I'd be worried for you. Sure. It's a lot of mana. They do have infinite mana. They have 7? So they could Cultivator Colossus here. Yep. That's probably not very good right now. Probably not very good right now. They basically have an infinite mana here. What do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? 10. We Solitude these dudes so we can counter a Titan if they draw it. Oh, that's true. I could have done that. I think at this point my plan is to Solitude the Titan, but it should have been Kaya's plan. Wait, can they double Titan off the first? They can, can't they? I've colossally fucked up. Sorry, what? Well, let's see what happens. I'm not dead to Valakut if they find one because I can Solitude the Dryad. They don't have that many cards in hand, so let's see how deep they go. Maybe they'll get unlucky. Seems like they did. Yeah, they did. They drew exactly one card. Cultivator Colossus card doesn't seem so good, guys. I'm not really worried about this card. It's a 2/2 for 7? Jeez. That doesn't seem very powerful. No, I agree, Carrion Lich. I'm just memeing. Is it worth playing Urza here? Yes. I guess we're kind of back on Kaya's line of like, if I remove the Azusa, then they can cast a Titan, but not uncounterably. And then I'm taking 5. Yeah, we actually put the Urian in the sideboard. It's a good choice. But I can't play Stoneforge. Man, this is like this again. This deck is like we're so choked on mana again. Scornful Egotist, Carrion Lich. Scornful Egotist. Oh man, that's probably the right play, right? Oh, I was supposed to pitch Urian, not the Stoneforge. I don't know how I managed to tank that long and then make the wrong decision. Actually, I know exactly how I did it. I tanked that long and then I made the wrong decision. So now they have 5 mana this turn. Their only land in hand is their bounce land, and they don't want to spew it, so they're dealing less damage to me because of it. That's really funny. Aha! I can fight your battlefield now, opponent. Yeah, you bet your bippy. Oh no! Another land! It's a 3/3! Alright. The Titan deck has officially been diffused for the early turns. Let's see if we can survive longer. Can't play Urian. Play Urian. Yeah. Okay, Desperation we can spin on their turn. Okay. I don't think I could, Davinci. I tried to figure out the math, and I'm pretty sure I couldn't. But if you tell me I can, and you actually say that you're right, then I'll believe you. But I don't think I could. They have 1 card left. What is it? You have got to be kidding me. Oh my god. Soul Guide Lantern. Cool. Oh my god. Brutal. What a stupid game. Sometimes Magic is a very stupid game. Orb for Valakuts. I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah. I should have done it. I wasn't thinking of tapping the in-play construct because I wanted to block, but like the Nettlecyst. Yeah, I could have done it. It would have been fine. That's what I'm saying. I guess Time Rattler's not very good here. Let's keep a couple baubles. Alright, we'll be fine. I don't think Orb for Valakuts is a good idea though, because if they just blow up all my creatures, I'm not gonna win anyway. Maybe there's a situation I'm not thinking of where it's fine, but I'm not sure. Bauble on top? Nah. Good draw. Very good draw. Perfect. Excellent. Woo! It's a lot of amulets. Well, that's an annoying draw. Okay, am I needling their saga? I think so. Yeah. It's fine. We're just gonna play Urza this turn, and then he should yeah, I'm definitely needling their saga here. So I have double counterspell up. Seems pretty good. And yes, I think it's worth not attacking to keep up double counterspell here. Definitely. Okay. I'll take the bait. Because I can't have them cutting my clock down this much. Oh. Oh, opponent. Uh. Uh-oh. 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 Boop. It's just that easy. Rip. I did that to Doom Switch in a match once. Doom Switch was running Titan for some reason, and on an early turn, he went like uh packed for Azusa, cast Azusa, and I remanded it, and he just died. It was pretty great. On the draw, should I have some Spreading Seas? Does that make any sense? Does anyone think it's smart to have Spreading Seas on the draw? Killed someone with a mana short before. No, I don't know if that card is legal. Yeah, I know for Saga Shadowless, it's just a lot of their other lands don't care, and then they bounce them. It's like a catch-22, right? Like they're on the play, so they might go like Saga, Amulet, Dryad in a way that the Saga's just not ever in play. Like realistically, I have to find an opener that has Prismatic Ending or Portable Hole. I think if I want to play the Seas, I have to do something like take out Kaldra, take out Nettlecyst, uh, take out some Stoneforges, and then bring in the Seas. Even Force of Negation is like not awful. Kalis is suboptimal. Well, it block packed, Summoner's Pact, so each sort of block like 6 Titans, maybe more. I know, but it's only a 1 of. It costs me 0 mana to play. This hand is perfection. Let's go. It costs me 0 mana to play a Chalice, and blue, 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 in theory, to spin to it with Whir. And, like, it blocks a lot of Titans. So, I think it's very much worthwhile. But yoink! Right, that's my point. Like, it's like 6, right? That's why I said 6. I said 6, right? I said it's something like 6. Which I believe. Because it stops the 4 packs and it stops the 2 Teleria Wests. This is the blowout you mentioned? Well, we play the Damping Sphere here, right? And they're just totally kind of screwed up. I don't know if I play Saga this turn or not. I don't think so. Seas? We don't play Seas here. Because I think you play Damping Sphere here. Seas, it's just too easy for them to play a second bounce land. Seas is a land destruction. It is not. That is not how Spreading Seas works against this deck. Yeah, you can't put Chalice into play with Saga. Am I supposed to play my Saga here? I don't know. I don't think so, because I think next turn we go Tapland Stoneforge. Or Tapland Spreading Seas. Oh, next turn I could play the... Next turn I could play the Saga. Yeah, Urza's Saga is very interestingly worded. If you read it, you'll be surprised at what you're reading. Because it actually says 0 and 1. It doesn't say 1 or less, it says 0 or 1. Which should tip you off that something strange is happening with the card. And what's happening with it is it's actually looking for the specific mana cost. Not mana value, but the specific cost. Yeah, so X doesn't work, XX doesn't work, white doesn't work, even if it's an artifact, snow mana doesn't work, even if it's an artifact. So next turn they could have up to 3 mana if they have an untapped land. I think I like Stoneforge, but I boarded out the big threats for it, which is super unfortunate. So all it's getting me is Sword of the Meek or yeah, if it was mana value, it could also get lands. I think I like Bridge into Stoneforge. It's not great, but gets me Sword. This could get me Thopter Foundry. Yeah, I know more. I know. That's pretty good. That's a yikes. Well, we can seize their cavern if they have a bounce land. Oh my god. What the hell? Okay. Is there hope here? I feel like there's no hope here. Like, I can whir for the Chalice that blocks Summoner's Pacts from getting them their threats if they have pretty much either of them in their hand were dead. But maybe that's just the best possible play. I don't know Shadowless, but almost definitely not. Yeah, I think the only thing to do here is get Chalice. Might as well tap these. Might as well tap this. Yeah. All right. Godspeed, little Chalice. Godspeed. Protect us. Protect us from the monsters. They pass? Pog? Godspeed, little doodle. It's our only morsel of food, Homer. Godspeed, little doodle. I guess I could Spreading Seas just a cantrip. How could I not? I say it all the time, Alex. Spreading Seas, the one on Giant. Let's see if we draw a counter. That's a counter! We're live, baby! No. They're gonna have a Titan. Pog. Boop. Good thing I guessed exactly that thing that I did, huh? Jesus. Spellbomb now? Spellbomb now. Serenity now. Serenity now! Serenity now! Second Titan in hand would be the roughness. But it won't immediately kill us. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. God damn it, Pundin Wine. What the hell? Triple Cavern deck. Just drew another Titan. Fuck. I mean, it can't get more Titans, so at least that has going on for us. Jesus. Oh, God. Oh. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. We in this. Maybe. Maybe. So, Shorian. So I got 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a damage here. So it's going to cost 9 to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have to use the construct that could attack this turn. But I get to move the Spreading Seas and Stone Rain, one of their sagas. I mean, that's the way to go, right? Yeah. All right. We've officially outstripped their... I think I'm not flickering the Chalice, just in case they have... anything in hand. I don't need the 1 extra mana. 1, 2, 3. I can flicker the portable hole, it's fine. Yeah. SFM, sure. I can get my Stoneforge, or my Shadowspear. Yeah, we can just hand them back their amulet for a second. What a game. Okay. Dear opponent, would you like to attack? Dear me, do I want them to attack, or do I just want them to recast the Titan? They can attack, right? It's just getting more sagas. Can't get anything else relevant. Also, I have a very, very lethal board. Also, the Titan dies for this attack. They don't play Blast Zone, right? Even if they did, what would it do? Not that much. Okay. They get some Karus that aren't going to untap and tap for colorless. Okay. Yeah, it is Jig. I missed it. Little bump of the white-blue stuff. You know, it just keeps me going. I don't need it, but they've got the Plant Beast. This can't kill me. It can make my life inconvenient, but it can't kill me. They don't have an amulet, so this is just to turn their hand into more. Okay, so this was a very clever play because they put more lands in their hand so they can go off with this. They're dead here, though, right? They're just dead. I just bounce the Colossus and attack them for 40. Okay, it's over. Huh. Pog. Hey, Davinci, your list seems really good if you're lucky. I was lucky. Yeah. Hey, opponent, that was pretty cool. Anyway, here's my combat step. Could they have Force of Vigor? If they do, does it matter? Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Nope. No Force of Vigor. No life. Oh. Can't actually play it because I tapped all my colored mana, but whatever. They're dead. Cool. So what I was doing there once I realized that Force of Vigor was a dangerous thing was just spinning to try to find a counter spell. So if they did force, I could just counter it. I could also find, I don't know what else, but yeah, you seem to, Davinci. Well, so do I, right? Like I just love Urza, and I love finding these things to do. Obviously, like I try to make mine a little bit more. I'm gonna say casually focused because I feel like, honestly, I just feel like the Urza decks aren't there in terms of being like very competitive. And Contra Ego and people like you are already putting in the work to try to make them like very competitive. So I like playing the competitive decks, and I'm pretty good at it, but like I don't feel like I need to put in a lot of work trying to tune them because there's already a lot of people doing that. Which is like, I guess it's weird to say that. I don't know. I don't know. More, do you know what I'm talking about? No, you don't. You're a guy who likes to be like, wow, so many things in this deck are bad. I'm gonna fix them, and then play it, and then win with it. This is a good hand against Obosh. Send in Mord, the fixer. He's a fixer. He does good work. Ragavan? Ragavan. Very well. Be gone. Exactly why I don't enjoy Commander. I feel like I would enjoy Commander with a custom ban list, Mord. I hate the number of times I hear people talk about Commander and they're like, well, you have to play all these 12 auto includes in this Commander deck. And it's like, what? Wait, what? I thought this was a casual format that was about fun and expression. What do you mean auto includes? That's nonsense. That's total hot, utter garbage. So we're watching out for Blood Moon here. They're on the black-red version. I think the only... No, they can't play Kroxa. I don't know what they're on. Black-red Obosh. Yeah, but... Yeah, exactly, Carrion. Oh, I know, Shadowless. I'm just saying, like, it feels like that's not as common of a sentiment when I talk to people who are Commander players as I would have hoped it would be. Like, when I express my opinion that's like, well, I just don't want to play Sol Ring because I think it's dumb and boring, and they're like, but I want to play powerful cards. It's like, okay, whatever. Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know, Kaya. I'm just saying, like, it's not my pod. It's just like anytime I talk to Commander players, they're like, well, I won't not play the powerful cards. It's like, but what if everyone else agreed to do it? And they're like, well, then it's just not going to be fun. If I play 4 new Impulse, 4 Light Up the Stage, 4 Season Pyro Mono Red, will I get crushed? I don't know, Mord. It depends on the cards you surround it with. I think that could be a fairly viable shell. I just don't know. That's a ridiculous question to ask. You should just go run the experiment. Could be really good. Yeah, it's like Hyper M Hayashi red. Play 4 main decked Relic of Progenitus, and now you're cooking. Play some Firebolts or Hammer of Garden. If you're already not an Obosh deck, don't play the new Chandra. I think she's actually kind of bad. I think she's one of the worst cards in that deck. I have not been a fan of that card. I've not been impressed. I don't think it's that good. I've played it like 3 or 4 leagues, and it's just not good. You can test it. I don't think it's very good. I think there's better cards to play. So I don't think you should play it. You guys can all disagree with me. I'm just saying, like, as far as my experience has gone, it has not been exciting. Now comes the Blood Moon. Chandra. Is it like watch? Just watch how irrelevant this card is going to be. Are they on last card light up the stage? No, they're on last card nothing. God, I hate every acoustic version of Layla. Ugh. I did just eat 3 damage. Okay. I hate every acoustic version of Layla. This is not Layla. I mean, I'm not gonna skip it. I'll tell you what I'll do. We're gonna do it right. That's annoying. Okay. Yep. Opponent is Pepperoni. Let us find out. Woof! That's a good draw, though. Hey, look, it didn't draw them a card. Yeah, she's really good at that. Yikes. Wild. Hey, look, it didn't draw them a card. That just pings? Oh, Spike Field Hazard. God, I love that card. Damn. Hey, look, it didn't draw them a card again. Yep. If they had added mana. Second Blood Moon. Okay. Seems legit. Can I get a land off the top? That'd be pretty good. Wow, it's untapped too. Nice. Kaldra Compleat. Getcha. Nice utility lands. You guys seeing this? You guys down there see this guy up here? Oh no, another Chandra. Whatever shall I do? Discard the Obosh. It's one of the Allman Brothers on slide guitar, I think. I mean, you gotta have some Shadowless, but it is definitely something you want to have a limited number of. All right. We listen to the good one. Do I want Spreading Seas here? Not really. So there's certain hands we have to be very careful about keeping, but for example, this is really sketchy if they have a turn 3 Blood Moon. One basic is not a great place to be. 2 pieces of early removal is not bad. The Saga might be just a dead card, but can I... I'm going to keep it, but I am very much of the opinion this could be a terrible keep. It gets really, really good if I find a single blue fetch. whitelisted? Well, we'll see. I did like the opponent's build because it has a Bone Crusher in it. Okay, so we drew the fetches in the wrong order, which is exactly what we needed. By exactly what we needed, it's exactly what we didn't need. Shattering Spree. Okay. Okay. You got it. Okay. Kaldra Compleat. So now it's like they want a Blood Moon, but they also need to kill a Stoneforge. Because they basically, like, realistically, they don't have an answer for Kaldra. So they can have a Fury here. Fury and Blood Moon. That'd be pretty good. But other than that, feeling pretty good about this spot here. Kind of whitelist, you know. It's nice, nice. All right. Exiled light up the stage. Bloodbed. Magus. Oh, well. I don't really care about that. For the moment. We're whitelisted. We just drew the island, by the way. That was very good top deck. Chandra? You got it. That one all ending. At least probably. Valakut Exploration off the top, sure. Try Obosh first? Sure. Yeah, that's the question, Mord. Is a companion worth losing those things? Okay, this is fine. We were already under a Blood Moon. Hey, look, opponent, I got a 4/5. Pretty neat. I'll flicker my Skullguard Lantern for value. They're not getting any lands in their graveyard right now, so seems pretty good. Ooh. Someone put on a banger. Alex with the banger alert. Metallica's first album. Yeah, it really is, Kaya. Their pips are so greedy. It's not their fault, right? Like, they're playing the right cards. It's just really, really good against them. Each Spreading Seas is not unanalogous to a Stone Rain. Like, it's kind of gross. So if I go all in with Kaldra and Solitude, surely Obosh can't kill me, right? The question is, what other option do I have? Play Kaldra, attack them for 4 in the air, and nothing? Well, Davinci, we could still die here. One of the cards in their hand is Magus, but if they have Firebolt Bolt, that's 10 damage. So I'm pretty sure the play here is attack them for 4, play Kaldra, and block. Obviously they won't attack, but like, I don't think I can attack. There's just too many things where I'll die for doing so. Now next turn we can draw an extra card, try to find another white card. This track, Seek and Destroy, and 4 Horsemen are so good off these early Metallica albums. Chandra? Sure. You can hit me for 2. Oh, hit my Teferi for 2. Sure. Whatever. Yeah. Sure is, Mord. Are they playing Luris? Please tell me they're playing Luris. They could play the eye, the curtain, concealing curtain. Yeah, it's from Future Sight. It's a really weird card. Furry. Hello. Slice them up, baby. GG's. All right, so 4-1, and yeah, if we hadn't punted, would have been a 5-0. Very, very strong list from Davinci. I always wonder about Mishra's Bauble in these lists. I know Contra Ego's been a little bit off them, and they're not like super important. They're kind of like opt. They're not bad at all. That's not what I'm saying. It's like kind of like playing opt or consider in a control deck that has like a light amount of synergy for them. I'm not saying they're wrong because they're important for getting Metallic Rebukes off early. Like I think there's definitely some curve concerns when you do that. Nettlecyst was just kind of pointless in this list, at least for that league. Maybe it's fine. Like maybe it's just like the worst of the 4 pieces of equipment, but you should still play it. I'm not entirely sure what else I'd want to replace it with, but just like cards that felt a little lackluster. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Like I'm definitely like hooked into what it's doing. It's just like and Contra Ego's list is playing like Thraben Inspector and things like that, where it's like, you're not really trying to set up for Rebuke on turn 1, but Rebuke on turn 2 is something you definitely want access to, and cards like Thraben Inspector and Esper Sentinel and Mishra's Bauble make that much easier than it could otherwise be. Yeah. Anywho, if you're in the future and you just watched that league, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and check out any of my other videos you're interested in.